Today's guest is the incomparable actor, writer, director, and entrepreneur Nakia Dillard, a native of Philadelphia. As a child, his love of arts introduced him to a whole new world of colors, animation, and imagination. Nakia anticipated this as a life career and profession. Nakia has worked alongside with some of the most influential names in the industry, including actor and director Bill Duke. He's appeared in The Wire, which commenced his TV and film career. Nakia was soon appearing in projects with Gerard Butler, Jamie Foxx, Anthony Mackie, Wendell Pierce, Kerry Washington, and other notable performers. Today, Nakia is steadily fulfilling one of his lifelong dreams as an activist and entrepreneur in the community that propelled his career. He is the founder of Icon Entertainment Solutions and Icon Acting Academy. Icon Entertainment Solutions is an organization that empowers, encourages, and challenges the entrepreneurial spirits of the youth. Icon Acting Community Academy trains and prepares students of all ages beginning at age 7 through adult in the art of acting as well as other artistic creative outlets. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nakia Dillard. Welcome, Nakia.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, first let me congratulate you. I am so proud of you and everything you've done in your lifespan to this day.
Thank you.
You are such an activist and community leader for everyone, not just for children, for adults as well.
Thank you so much.
When did your career start?
My career started age 14. Took a class at Freedom Theater, and it just changed my life. Like the arts just really just opened me up to a whole new world of things that I just didn't see for myself because I was really shy. It helped me with my self-esteem, helped me with empathy.
Yeah.
Even taught conflict resolution, all types of stuff, So I'm very grateful for just being a part of the arts.
So, but when you were 14, what made your parents take you and say, hey, let's take him to the Freedom Theater? Like, what transpired for you to get to that point?
Well, it was me. I was a big fan of The Cosby Show. I saw myself on either one of Theo's friends or somebody.
Manifesting.
Yeah, I was manifesting. But it wasn't in my energy because I was shy. So when I went to my mother and asked her, if I could take an acting class, she was like, okay, if you ask me again, I'll look into it. So I asked her a few times. I heard a commercial on the radio and went down there. You had to do a monologue. And in front of all these people, I just kind of forgot everything. So I don't know if they just had a shortage of boys.
Or it might happen all the time. Kids might freeze up all the time.
Yeah, it's like, bring them on in here.
This one's special.
Yeah.
You can use them in autistic group or something. Yeah.
Put them in here. Let's get that money.
Yeah. No, but I remember going to Freedom Theater for, I did Michael Jackson a lot. I was acting and singing and running the house in my own little imaginary world. And I remember my mom took me. The same type of story, right? But I saw in her face that she ain't had the coins for it. So she was like, do you really want to do it? I was like, no, I don't want. So I never went. And you know who was there? Erica Alexander at the time.
Oh, man, yeah.
From The Cosby Show.
Yep, see that?
You might have been in that audition with me. You never know.
Yep, could have been. You probably was in the next, or you went before me.
But when you froze up and they decided to let you attend anyway, what happened then?
Well, when they said, okay, you can come on in, it was one of the most scariest and exciting moments of my life because I saw kids that were just doing their thing, dancing, singing, acting. I never did anything. I hardly could talk in front of people, and now I'm in this performing arts school with all these people and I'm the quietest person there.
Wow.
Like I used to get hollered at, the teachers, they were like, speak up, they hollering at me and stuff. And
how did it make you feel?
Well, it was different. It was a different vibe, like, going in there and hearing all of that. But then it was also a challenge to me too, because I wanted to do it, and I knew I could do it.
Yeah.
But I just didn't understand how to get that through.
Yeah.
You know, it was in there, but I just couldn't. So with that, and then also seeing all the other kids doing their thing and stuff like that, it just kind of made me work harder.
Yeah.
And I just had to work harder at it.
Yeah, you had that desire for it.
Right. So, you know, so like I said, like the one thing about like acting, you know, you this is a world of, you don't hear the word no, you see the word no.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And how so? Like, how would you explain that to somebody?
When, you know, when you do a regular job, you may get an email saying, oh, sorry, you know, you didn't make the job or whatever it is. Here, you go and audition and you could have tore it up. And you're like, man, I know that phone won't ring. And then you see the movie. You're like, dang,
I guess I ain't make it.
Yeah, I didn't get
Maybe I'm in the sequel. That's what they say to me, for the sequel. But how,
Right.
so when you had that first rejection, right? I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit. So when you had that first rejection where you did an audition, I don't know if maybe you did it as a child, and they didn't choose you, but it didn't stunt your growth, like it didn't stop you. How did you feel though? And how did you move through that?
You feel hurt, but it's a, you know, for me, I just kind of, I'm spiritual, so what I do is I just believe in that what's for me is for me, and it's looking for me. It's always searching for me. So I didn't get that job, but I just worked harder in class and made sure, you know, because every job you get, you learn something new.
Yeah.
It's never like I know everything about the arts. You know, I could learn from a cat. I could learn from a baby.
Yeah.
All types of stuff. You just learn. You always learning.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so I just kind of just kept pushing myself. And I'm not going to say I booked every job that I auditioned on, you know, but it's that fire in you and just understanding, you know, just that you're enough, you know, and then it's going to happen. It's going to happen, or you got to create it. You got to create that door.
Do you remember your first gig?
Yeah, my very first play that I did was called Aesop Bop.
What was your role?
I played Fresh. That was my name, Fresh. So
Fresh. How old were you?
rapping. I was like 14.
Oh,
14,
wow.
15, something like that. Yeah, I think I was like either about to be 15 or was 15 already, but it was a musical. So I had to sing, I had to rap, I had to dance.
This kid that didn't talk.
This kid that didn't talk and didn't really dance like that. But now I can break down. I shut you down over this joke.
So how did that first role go?
Oh, I had a ball.
Oh, wow.
Like you know, see when you do theater, it's a lot of rehearsal. So you get a chance to kind of like evolve with the show. When you do film or TV, it's like when you get on set, you gotta rock. You know, you gotta know your line. It's like, I guess, playing double dutch or something.
Yeah.
Like
Next.
you gotta jump right in, do your thing, and jump out of there. So it's kind of like, yeah. So film is fast, but so when I was younger, I loved rehearsal. I just loved it. You know, like the dance part of it, the singing part of it. It's nothing like just like that theater world, and like you create family.
And you feed off everybody's energy. In theater.
Right. Sometimes in film and TV, you don't get a chance to, because depending on how many days you're on set, you may not see everybody.
Now explain that to people. The difference of how a day of theater goes compared to, because it's totally different than in film.
So with theater, you get a chance to experience page 1 to the end of the show. You get you feel the whole journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get the whole first act, second act. But in film or TV, if it's scene 20 that you're in, sometimes depending on what your role, you may not even get a chance to. All you get is just your part of the script. It's called sides. You just get your part of the script, and you just gotta figure it out. Or sometimes you have a meeting with the director. They may kind of give you an idea of what they're looking for, but that's rare.
Because you ain't got the context of the whole film.
Right.
So you got to just figure out what this character is and what they're supposed to be.
Right. So it's sometimes you kind of be like, you know, am I on the right path? Am I doing this right? But you just got to trust. That's why I say, like, you know, just being spiritual and just understanding that you're enough because you got the job. So just do what you did.
Yeah. And were you always spiritual, or were your family spiritual? Like, when did you find out that what age did you trust?
Well, it's always been a work. It's always been a work in progress. I guess all my life I was always, you know, I'm not a avid churchgoer or anything like that, but I love like motivational speeches.
Yeah.
I listen to every day. Actually, I listen to motivation, whether I'm driving, whether I'm in the car. So it just kind of like instilled in me to where I just look for the beauty in the day and try to take advantage of everything that's going on in the day.
You're in the moment then.
Right.
You're always in the moment. Mm-hmm. That's a beautiful way to be.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I mean, not to say it's not scary.
No, but then allows more to come to you.
Yeah, it's like a peace that you have that, you know, whatever you do, it's always a lesson in that. Mm-hmm. So there's no such thing to me as failure. You know, you learn. So if you do something wrong, you're like, okay, I won't do that again. Let me try it again this way. And, you know, so that's how you learn. You just continue to grow.
Lesson or blessing. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's it. Lesson or blessing.
I agree with that. So you're 14. You got your first role. At what age or at what moment was like, oh, mama, I made it? I think I made it.
I still haven't felt that.
Are you serious? After all you've been through, you never felt like. So all right. What do you expect that to feel like? Like when will you? What are you looking to see? To say that yes, I made it? Because you have done a lot, Nakia.
Yeah.
A lot of people know you. Like you're not no stranger. Oh, or who are you? Like when you walk in the room, people know you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm always. I would say, like when I booked The Wire, because that was my first union job, right?
Okay.
It was like I reached a mountaintop, but then you get another call for another audition. So it's like you never live there. You never live in these moments. You know, it's like you can be up today, down tomorrow. You could be in the front. You could be an extra.
Yeah.
You could be.
I love it. It's all fun.
Yeah, it's all fun. But you know, so it's like if you stay in all those different successes to where it stays in your head to where you think that's all you're supposed to be, because when it gets low, you're gonna get low.
Yeah.
You know. So and it happens. It dips all the time in acting. Like, you know, you could. Perfect example. I was on The Wonder Years. You got canceled. I was on Black Lightning. Got canceled.
Yeah, I remember you. I remember.
Yeah, I was on Black Lightning.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, you know, the show is going well. Everything's good. Next thing you know, it's gone. So all those different people that was on those shows, now they're unemployed. They're looking for new work and stuff like that. So you always have to be in a creative mode. Even when you're working on stuff, you always got to have other things kind of going on.
And how do you do that? What do you do to stay creative, to stay in the mix, especially during the strike?
That could be a time when you could write. You know, you can go with some creative people, put some stuff together, ideas, and you don't have to know how to do everything. If you have people that know what they're doing, you just delegate the operation. Okay. You know, so definitely, like if it's a book idea that you may have had, or just like right now, we're in a podcast right now. You know what I mean? Like these are just different ideas that may have came up.
A vision that came to mind in my sleep, and I was like, we're doing it. I don't care how it's gonna come out, but we're doing it.
Right. So that's how you gotta be. You gotta listen.
And you were a piece of that dream, and everybody else that's here were a piece of that vision, and it feels good that it's, you know, in fruition, like it's manifested. Right. So I definitely get that. Mm-hmm. And what was I wanted in my research, because now I'm a journalist. Put that in my resume. I found that you were the vocal coach or voice coach for Idris Elba.
Yeah. The dialect coach.
Yeah, so dialect. Now, how did that come about? Like, how did you?
I wasn't even looking for that, but it just came. Like, that was another opportunity that just came to my way.
And that was when he was in Philly.
Right, he was doing Concrete Cowboys.
Yeah.
And actually, I went into an audition at a casting director's office here in Philly, Harry Casting. Shout out to Harry.
Them, yeah.
And she pulled me aside. I went and auditioned, did my thing, and she was like, Nakia, I think you'd be good at this. She was like, it's an A-list actor in town. And I already knew about the film and all of that. So she was like, there's an A-list actor in town, and he needs a dialect coach. And I think you'll be good at that. I sent your name in. And I was like,
wow.
So you see how things work? You see how things, like...
That's what I said, people know you, Nakia.
I mean, it's a blessing.
You're like, I haven't arrived. People...
I mean, it's a blessing, you know. I just, you know. But even with that, you know, so she hit me up. I had to have a meeting. I had a couple meetings, actually. And the guy who actually was the director of the film, he was an extra in a movie that I did called Cover. So when he was looking through my IMDb and he saw that I was in Cover, and that was with Bill Duke, he was like, oh man, I was an extra in that. And I was like, okay, yeah. And he's like, oh, and you worked on The Wire? And I was like, yeah, I worked, you know, was on a couple seasons, and he was like, well, I think this would be great, you know, because you guys already have background and history.
Yeah.
And so you see how
a lot of people was in The Wire, yeah. So yeah.
So again, so you see how things was already lining itself up even before I even knew about that opportunity.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it's just you just gotta be open to these things. And when I met Idris, he was cool, real cool dude. He picks up very fast. So we had a few meetings, and one time I had the head, because I had to wear they call comms, so it's like the headsets. So I'm listening to the headsets, and I hear him talking. And he was talking so Philly.
Hey, John, I'm going to get this.
I was
John.
like, wait a minute, is that it? So I looked around the corner. I was like, wow, man, yo, you pick up.
And he already has the accent. He has the accent. Wait, he's from London?
He's from London.
Yeah, he's from London. So he has like a British or whatever accent.
And
so
it's
for
strong,
him to be able to pick it up,
yeah. But the fact that he can adapt so fast. And like I said, I was in because they have you in it's like a producer booth thing over here, so I couldn't see him. I could see him on the screen, but I had to go and look at him to see if it was really him doing it.
Compliments to you. That's the showmanship of your work.
Thank
you. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You I'm did pretty that. Proud of him.
Yeah.
I'm a proud daddy.
Yeah, see, that's you. That's your legacy. You're investing in other people, and you get to see their work.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's good.
And you invest in a lot of children.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was that kid. You know, I was that kid in the back of the class that was wanting to do it but couldn't and didn't know how. And that's the thing. It's like so much talent here in Philly that it's, you know, a lot of times the parents here clip the wings of the creativity and the imagination of a lot of these kids. So they may be amazing doing different things, but if you don't give them those opportunities or just at least show them that it's something out there that can maybe shift their life. Because again, I wasn't that kid that was like, oh man, when I get older, I'm gonna be an actor. That was not on the plans for me, in my mind, at all. So, you know, the fact that I am, and I have, and it's just like, it's just crazy how, you know, all these different films that I've worked on, and people hit me up every day about something. You know, some type of film. Either they need actors, like we were talking about Warren earlier.
Warren is my granddaughter's uncle. How old is Warren? Warren's 9?
Warren might be
9,
10 or 11.
Maybe 9 or 10. Yeah, he's something.
Yeah, it's either 10 or 11.
Shout out to you, Warren.
Warren. So Warren, he started, I want to say he started at age 7. Warren has done about 15 films since he started my school.
Yeah, I remember them. They traveled All around. We're in Chicago. We're here. We're
there. His mother.
Yeah.
Whatever I posted in the group, they was on it. And that's the thing. Like, you have to jump on these opportunities. You can't wait for
and the whole family goes.
They all go.
They get in that vehicle, the whole family go and support. Yeah, I love it.
But that's the beauty. That's why I say, like, you know, just seeing that in your kid and you're supporting him. And because of that, like, Warren has even sharpened his own self. Like, he does tongue twisters in class. Shout out to my acting team, Nicole Tucker. She teaches my youth students.
And what's the tongue twister like? What?
Like,
red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah. So they do those. So Warren actually has a book that he made. So when he's on set, he's going over his tongue twister. So when it's time for him to go rock out, he got his mouth together. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, but just stuff like that. Just seeing the fire that they take on to just be better.
And it was another kid, a friend of mine, son you work with, from Caribbean Feast. Natalie's son.
Yeah.
Is his name Elijah?
No, it wasn't Elijah. Man.
No, that's my granddaughter. I'm sorry. But but her son, he was good as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of good kids out here. Like, so many, these kids are just amazing. And I always say, you know, like, it's unfortunate that, you know, our news and everything only highlight the bad. And we have so many great kids out here doing this entrepreneurs. I have a couple kids in the class that are authors.
Oh, wow.
They've written several books, and they're like 10, 11, 12 years old, already making money doing being an author. So it's so much stuff out here for them to do, but they only highlight the killing and the shooting.
Because that's there's a
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I'm a conspiracy theorist to a certain degree. I think that's the programming. It's television programming.
Yeah, but I agree.
It's programming. So that's why we have to highlight folks like you and children that are doing amazing things.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So who was your coach growing up?
So my first acting teacher, he unfortunately passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
His name was Ricardo Martin. And when I say, like, just meeting him and it just changed my whole life, my whole perspective. That's what made me even want to do what I'm doing now with the acting school. It was a company he created called the Rainbow Company. And I'm gonna tell you, there's so many people that has been through the Rainbow Company that's doing great things right now.
And what was the Rainbow Company? Was it just an acting school?
It was a group that he formed that went around to different schools, and the kids at the school would write the plays that we would perform. So they would hire us as the actors to perform the shows of the kids. And when I say these kids, just the writers, they had so much imaginative ideas.
Ooh, I don't know if that can happen now. It'll be interesting to see the kids right now.
Yeah, and I would say the younger kids, because I think we started like 4th or 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
So their ideas was just like,
creative,
just out there, like just some of the most amazing ideas and stories that you would ever want to see. But as they get older, then it started to become
get dark.
Yeah, it just got to get real dark. But it was a fun time. So we would go around the schools and perform, and like that was probably the first time I ever saw a check as an actor, like working with him. And so Ricardo Martin, I have another Mel Williams who he went to Freedom Theater. He's actually Queen Latifah's acting coach.
Oh, okay.
And he used to coach Michael K. Williams too before he passed away. And Michael K. Williams played Omar on The Wire. So we're all, connected. And
is it a small community?
Kind of. Yeah, it's kind of a small community.
Active.
Then another young man, he actually was like a demonstrator at Freedom Theater, and his name is Troy Rowland.
And what's the demonstrator?
So they would have the teacher, then they would have somebody that kind of like demonstrates demonstrate the class. So the teacher would say, hey, do this, and then the demonstrator would get up and do all this and that. So, but now he's a coach. So, and then at my school, I bring in a bunch of coaches. I bring in directors, producers, actors, like just different people that they can kind of like learn from. So like Troy, he used to work with Disney. So all the Disney shows that you saw was him. He was basically coaching all those kids, Zach and Cody, whatever show you name, he was the coach on those shows. I want to say, didn't I bring him?
Philip Brown. That's his name, Philip Brown.
Phil was one of my teachers at the time.
Yeah, because I took one of his classes. It was in your school. You did it
when I brought him.
You brought him there, and I took one of his classes, and he was saying that did he do what's Raven Simone? Her show.
Yeah,
he was a producer on her show.
Yeah, he was one of the coaches too. Yeah, so Phil Brown, shout out to Phil.
Yeah, Phil, you're amazing.
Yeah, Phil. Man, Phil's an amazing actor.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He just
he did Bel Air. Did he do the Fresh Prince of Bel Air as well?
I don't think Phil. I don't know. He could have, but he did this play recently that was amazing. I think he won a Barrymore.
Okay.
But
congrats,
he was killing it in the show. And that's the other thing too. Like when you get on, or you feel like you've made it or so, you still gotta go and support. You gotta support
absolutely.
art. You gotta go out, see plays, see people's movies. You gotta, because you always get inspired. So so different people has come in my life that has inspired me, but I'm very grateful for them.
Yeah, because at what point did you say, you know what, I want to do what they did for me? Like when was it in your career when you was like, it's time for me to pour back into others?
It was, I would say, because people started, asking me about how to get involved in the arts and acting and everything. So I would always refer them back to the school I went to, Freedom Theater, and but then Freedom Theater closed down. So when they closed down, there was nowhere for our kids or anybody really to go, and so that's why I figured I would open that door and create a lane and a community of working actors that can always keep them inspired. So like right now, like since COVID, we went virtual. So I was always against that when I first started, because I just felt
harder. Yeah, because you can't feel nobody's energy, but it's working for you, right?
But it's a beautiful thing, and like I said, that's why you gotta always stay open.
And you can expand yourself because they don't have to just be in Philadelphia.
Yep. So I got students everywhere.
I love it.
You know what I mean? And then the other part is I can bring in actors to speak to them, and they don't have to
be a Zoom. I know you don't have to pay for transportation or housing. That is beautiful.
Yeah. So I recently just had two of the kids from the Wonder Years talk to our students. I had one of my friends from The Wire, Trey Chaney. He came through and spoke to them. Chris Amuel from Black Lightning, he came through and spoke. He plays TC on Black Lightning, so he's the one that controls all of the electronics and all of that. So he came on and spoke. Had different directors. Like I got Dana Dane coming on to speak, because he's a producer now. He produces films. Oh,
Dana does. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So I'm gonna have him on.
For you young bucks, Dana Dane was a rapper back in the day.
Yeah, Dane.
Very well known, Dana Dane.
Yeah. So again, but it's just to show that you're always evolving. So even as an actor, you're like, oh, I'm sitting here waiting by the phone. But who knows? You might be the one that's the producer. Produce the project,
And what have you produced? You produced as well?
I produced a couple films, yeah. I shot a couple things with the students.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Warren, I shot a film. I did a monologue contest with the students. And whoever won get a chance to star in their own
oh, wow.
film. It's a short film.
And Warren won?
Warren won, yeah. He got the most votes. Yeah.
Go Warren.
So yeah. So so I do things like that. So I just kind of.
And you stay connected with people, because you even called me. Was it October? I came on set as an extra for a couple of things once for this past. Was it October?
What was October? It was like October, November, something like that.
It was. You just called me, showed up as an extra, had fun, met folks.
Yeah.
I kept it moving, did my little scene and was out. But because you're well connected. And what types of jobs do you get the kids? Because they get paid gigs.
Because I don't want to ever have to I don't want nobody to not do it because of
finances
situations, but
especially if they love it and they're good at it.
Right.
They want to do it.
But now I have different ways now to help them make money too.
Yes, tell us about that. Yes, you do.
So I have an affiliate program that I do.
The link in the bio.
Right. So if any of y'all want to sign up for acting classes, definitely hit that link, and whoever signs up, they get $20 every time somebody signs up.
Yes.
So it's just a way to make some extra money.
Yeah.
And it could go towards lunch money. It could go towards gas. It could go towards
everything helps.
Bills. So it's like I'm helping you, you helping me, because I can't tell I'm not everywhere.
Yeah.
It may look like it on Instagram. I'm really in one spot.
But so how does your acting classes go? How often are they?
So we have a class once a week, and it's an hour and a half, and I have different teachers. So I step in too, but you get 3 teachers basically. So I have a group where if you have any questions or anything like that, you can just put it in a group, and we'll all kind of answer it. Okay. And then what I do is I bring in actors, I bring in celebrities, different people to talk to the students just to keep them inspired. Just a couple different people, because one thing about this industry, it can get to the point where you're questioning yourself. You question yourself like, am I good? Am I this? Am I
really?
That? You can, yeah. Because especially if you audition and you're not booking.
Oh, and you're not getting the job.
You're like, well, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? So you definitely need a community of people that can kind of, just keep you inspired, keep you lifted.
Yeah, and keep you motivated to keep going.
Right.
So in your group, do you do that in that community? And your I Can't Act. So is it 2 separate businesses? Do they do separate things? Because you have the academy, and you have the I Can't Entertainment Solutions.
So the entertainment solutions, I did birthday parties, but I would hire the actors to do events around the city and stuff. So once COVID hit, it kind of slowed down. Yeah. And so I still have access to the stuff, but I just haven't really pushed it as much as I did. But at the time, it was an opportunity for actors and artists to kind of make extra money doing entertainment.
Yeah, but there's still people that have children's parties or events and stuff like that where they use, because you had characters, clowns, face painters, balloon artists, a whole lot of different creatives. Yeah. And then sometimes I would even have singers come perform at different events. Oh, nice. So I would just it was just an opportunity for different artists to do what they do. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So your classes are once a week, they're hour and a half. And how long do you do it's just every week? It's ongoing. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's ongoing. So you can jump in next week if you want. If you ever need to stop, you can stop, and then you can start back up whenever you need. Oh, that's good. Say you book an audition and you need coaching, you can reach out to us. We'll help coach you on the audition. Good. If you book a role and you need coaches, we come in and help you coach you too. So we're here for you. Yeah. So what is your goal? Your overall, like the biggest goal that you see for yourself, or vision that you see for yourself, that you wanna leave your mark. How do you want to leave your mark on this world? Wow, that's a good question. Doom, 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 doom. Well, kind of like I would love to do more of what I'm doing. Like instead of, even though right now we're virtual, but I would love to have my school and all of the schools all across the country, or just have a space where people can create or help produce like different, like your own studio space. Yeah, where you have film studio. Any idea where you would want it? That's a good question too. If money wasn't the issue, and where would you want it, and what would you want in it? Well, honestly, I would love to have one in every state. So here in Philly, I would have it all over. I would have it in different states, like just a bunch of them. And just all over. What would be in there? Just different. Different sets, like how we have the cooking,
Like if somebody want, depending on whatever they want to, their idea is, it would be built out in that way.
That's beautiful. And what's missing for you to have that?
Probably just the placement, like the just putting all the paperwork and all that stuff together and all of that.
Okay.
I think.
So if you had an angel investor or somebody that's out there listening, like, hey, I've always wanted to give back anonymously, because there are creatives that do that anonymously, what exactly would you want? So you would want it in every state, you would want different sets, and the paperwork is the only thing that's stopping you?
Probably, because it's just all the logistic angles of that. But you know, if I really sit down and really just flush through it, I think I could create an idea of a plan of attack.
Okay. So what's next for Nakia Dillard?
Let's see. Well, I have a few films coming up. A film called Karma that I'm shooting, actually starring Trey Chaney. He's in it. He played Poot in The Wire, and he's on Saint and Sinners. We actually have a few films coming out. Like, it's a film called The Probe that's coming out, and Trey's in that.
Okay, how do you manage all of this? Like,
just time management. You know, just try to put a little bit in a day, an hour here,
and memorizing the roles and the words and.
Yeah, just.
I barely know my kids' names.
Yeah, me neither. Sometimes I don't even know my own.
Number 3.
So yeah, I just piece it in. Sometimes I may have it in the car while I'm driving, or I may record it and listen to it. So I do a lot of different things when I'm doing other things.
Okay, so Karma, and what's the other one?
The Probe. I have a film coming out called One Gun. I have a project I'm doing in Atlanta called Mr. Watson. I'm still in pre-production and we're still trying to work out the Les Brown film. We're still doing that. Like, I talk to him all the time. So we should, hopefully soon we get this thing together. But that's it. You know, just been auditioning and hitting that hard. And just doing stuff with the students, you know, helping them. Casting. I've been casting a lot of different films. So when I worked with you, I was a casting director on that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Where we and that film is
that's called End of the Line. The first one.
End of the Line. So the 2 scenes that I did, they were. This is the current one.
This is the second one.
Oh, okay. The second one on and it's on Tubi.
Right.
It's on Tubi.
So End of the Line.
End of the Line. I'm in that. A bar scene, and I'm in a hospital scene. At the end of the line, yeah. So is that finished, or they're continually doing? They
still fixing it. They still editing.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully soon it'll be probably see a trailer soon.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. It was interesting backstory.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you here, sharing all the gems with my family and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nakia Dillard. Yes, thanks for stopping by. Yeah. This is Noel Friends podcast.